Hello everyone and welcome back to the Adventure Guild. My name is Millie and today's episode is episode 3 of the Mega Village build. We are nearing the very end of the Mega Village build and today's episode is all the brick types. Now one of the types I kind of neglected to think about was the quartz bricks. I think they're called quartz bricks. Yeah, quartz bricks. And I had a lot of comments on my mushroom house build on diagonal builds. So for the quartz house, we're going to get started doing this one here in just a second. I'm going to show you how to do kind of a mix, like half part diagonal, part not, just to kind of mix it up a little bit. But first off, subscriber time! We have hit over 400 subscribers. Thank you all so very much. Here's all the names I have so far that I can see. If your name is not in there, I apologize. It's probably one that's not listed on YouTube. So just leave me a comment and say, hey, I'm subscribed. That's all you need in the comments and I will get your name in the book too. So, all right, let's get started. Let's get everything going. We need to make a quartz brick house. Now, one thing you can do, one thing I keep in mind with when it comes to diagonal builds is you kind of have to stick with blocks and half slabs because everything else doesn't quite look right. Like you can kind of put stairs in a build, but like it would be here, like on the corners. And then maybe here on this corner. But if you notice, if I put a stair there, it would either face this direction or it would face this direction, and it just wouldn't look right. So you kind of have to avoid using stairs in the build. But what we can do is, what I can do is show you a little bit of that in this build here. So we're going to take out the corners. We're going to put some columns in the corners of the build. And we'll leave him there for now. So we can take our quartz pillars. So 1, 2, 3. I'm just going to kind of make these about the same height. I think I've been going 4 high on these guys. 1, 2, 3, and 4. We'll come over here. And we'll probably do, let's see, I need another 8. Do this one. 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So those will be the main corners of the house, and then we have these 2 interior corner things. So we'll do another 4 there. And 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we'll do this one as a corner. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then this one's a corner, but it's kind of an interior corner. And the reason I say that is it's kind of like if it were the exterior, this portion, it would be on the exterior here. But you're not going to really see it except for on the interior. So it's an interior corner, but that's okay. And then let's get a whole lot of, gotta use the right thing here, quite a few of these quartz bricks. So let's take the quartz bricks here. And boop, boop, boop. These 2, don't need that in my inventory right now. And then these guys. So there's your diagonal portion made out of the bricks. And then we've got this wall portion here. 3 and 4. And you know what we're going to do is we're going to put the doorway here. So I'll show you that in a second. Or we could put the doorway here, but I kind of have it lined up differently. So we're going to do windows on these 2 corners, a wall here, and you'll see why in a second. So one thing to keep in mind when you're doing doors, like in this one, is you're going to have to do diagonal doors. Because if you had one door, you'd have to kind of bring this wall out. So what I can do... this is going to look kind of wonky for a minute, is I'm going to have to put them on both of these 2. So I'll put them here just like that, and that's how you're going to put a diagonal door. So to help you out with it, you imagine that there's a block here, and then if we want to do the top of the doorway, we're actually going to put it right there above the 2 doors. So if we come up like this, you can kind of see it right there, how there's the diagonal door. And that way too, I can carve this out, put a floor in right here, and those doors will still be on the exterior. Now you can put them on the interior going in, and I have made doors where they kind of go inward instead of outward, but it breaks up the look if you go, you kind of have this zigzag shape. So we're gonna leave the door there. Oh, I need glass. Let me get glass. I have all of that up here. Excuse me while I eat. And hello everybody. Are you looking forward to the house? Okay, we don't need these. We can get rid of those now. There's my glass. Now, glass, we're always going to have to use these lovely glass blocks instead of glass panes, although I do have some of these walls that are flat, so I'll be able to use the panes too. And again, it's just because of the fact that glass panes don't do diagonally. So here's what I mean by that. So if I were to put it here, a glass pane is going to look like that. So, and if I did it there, the same thing, because it doesn't have another block on either side to connect to. So if I do this, I'd have the glass pane, but then that breaks up that diagonal. So that's the reason that we do that. The glass blocks are just going to look nicer. So we're going to put that in there, and then if I want a window on one of these glass sides, which I don't think I do on this case, but if I did, I could do it like that. Well, we could leave it like this since I brought those blocks over. Just so that if you're in this house, you could kind of look up and out at the pumpkin patch over there. So we're going to put these pieces in. 1, 2, 3. And then we're going to seal that up. And then we can... Actually, I'll leave this as a solid wall. And then we'll have a 2 window here, like that. And then, yeah, I'm gonna put a window here too, because I think that would be kind of cute to be able to look out at the rest of the village. So we'll put our glass panes in, and there we go. That is the house right there. Like, that is the basics. So basics are really easy to do, because this one's, as I said, it's a half and half kind of house. So what I think I'm gonna do, we're gonna decorate up stuff a little bit before I put the roof on. So I'm gonna put us some shades, and I like the jungle wood. It's kind of weird, but you know what? We can do jungle wood. And apparently I used up all the jungle wood, so probably gonna have to go and get supplies. But we can put the roof on, and then I will get the floor supplies, and then we'll go into the time lapse of these other fellows. But here's what I mean about needing to do... When I didn't bring us scaffolding either, so we're gonna be building up on the roof this way. Okay, so what I meant about having to use half slabs are gonna be, it's a great kitty. Livy live. Okay, sorry, gotta get distracted here. You can use full blocks in spots. So these are half slabs. This is a full block. It could be a full block, and then it goes half slab, full block again to get your kind of like angle. So if we come in here, we have one case of quartz slabs, and we can't really, unfortunately the bricks don't come in halves, so we're kind of stuck there, but I can incorporate that into the design. So we're going to take that, and then I'm going to take and probably put, let me do 6 more. I can put stairs in this one. So we'll see. I'm going to kind of come up a little higher. So if we want to put, just like we did with this one, and give it kind of this angle, like this side is going to be easy enough to do. That's not going to be hard. But this one, to give us the diagonal roof line, we're going to have to make these half slabs and then slowly build things up from there. So if I do these... I think I'm gonna make this roof here like angled like up and over this way. So I'm gonna give that one more, and then I can actually use stairs on this section here. So here's what we do on the next section though. is I just put these little blocks in place just like that, so not too hard, and ooh, I need to sleep. So now that we have the diagonals on both sides, here's where things get a little tricky. So if I were to do a normal roof line, like we normally do on, like, you know, a normal shaped house, you're gonna do stairs kind of like this. Maybe you'll bring them up, and then you'll have a peak in the center. Now, obviously, once we get to this point, we've got to think a little differently. So we need to kind of come in at a weird angle. Now, obviously, these guys are going to be a little weird. So I'm going to do these, and you're going to have to do them kind of like one after another. So just to raise it up one, it's going to save you materials. I'm working with quartz here. It's inexpensive material. And then, so we come up like that, and then we need that one up. We need this one up. That, and then one up like this. There. So now we have all of these in shape. Now, if I wanted to spend more money, not money, but if I wanted to mix up this roof line a little bit, at this point, see how that is where these are? I could have used those here instead. So if I want to give a little bit of texture, these can be right here instead. So then we can use the half slabs in a different section. Boop. This one I don't know if we're actually going to see or not, but we'll see. Because if I use the stairs on this section, actually I'm going to use the stairs here, so that's actually perfect. So, okay, let me get this guy real quick. Perfect. And I need some more stairs. We're going to take the rest of these and make these into stairs. Okay. The last little bit of this diagonal would be here. And obviously the wider the structure, the more layers you'll need to make that diagonal. See, and then this is where we might have to do another brick in there. So that comes out. So yeah, so there. And then I can put this here, and that's going to give us this diagonal shape. So that gives us our roof line on this side. And then if we come back, and I will have to figure out this little piece right in here. Where was it? It was in here somewhere. Oh, right over here. I'm going to have to figure out that little spot right there. What we can do here is we're going to go up on the roof just like we normally would. And this section is going to come out a little taller. So again, I have to put something here. So I think I have another half slab. I'm probably going to just put right there so it kind of blends it in. And then we can do a couple things with this one. But I think to blend that one in, actually, let's do I have another brick? I do. So we're going to take this here and put that there. And then let's see. Let's put this. Hoping I have enough quartz, that I actually bought enough quartz. So we can take both of those. Or if I really wanted to, since we had more stairs, nah, I don't think that's going to work. We could do that. It kind of looks ugly though. We could do this. And what we could do is take that out. Aha, there we go. So we'll have this line here and then this line here. And I'm just going to kind of make it a little wonky here. And then we've got plenty of these quartz slabs. Boop, 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 boop. I think if all else is good, ta-da! Let's take this down. I have to put some torches and lamps inside. But there we go. There is our diagonal house. Can't put lights on the outside though because of where those blocks lay, but we can put some torches inside. I mean, some lanterns inside. And I need to finish the floor still. But here's what the interior looks like. It kind of has a very neat kind of alcovey look from the ceiling. And I could block all this off. So if I really wanted to like half slab this so it's nice and flat, that would work since we have more quartz here. And then I could always change out that block if I wanted, but that gives it some texture. And yeah, excuse me, sir. We'll step up here. And it has a very funky roof line on this side, which, again, I've been doing that with all of these builds. I love these funky roof lines. And we might just do that to give it a little bit more evenness. All right. All right. Well, now that you've seen how to do kind of a wonky, semi-diagonal, play around with it yourself, see what kinds of shapes that you can design with, add different kinds of colors. Like I put calcite as the main blocks in the build behind me here, so as I talked about here up above, some of these have full blocks, so I was able to use that calcite right here, and then the diorite had to be the half slabs because calcite currently doesn't have half slabs. And you know, you can do that kind of to mix and match the shapes. You could do different colors, you could do wood, you could do an actual like different color variation around the outside. You wouldn't have to do this funky roof shape. I could bring it all the way out so it makes it a full tier, but I kind of like how it has this like, I don't know, upside down boat shape maybe? So, all right, I'm gonna go get the supplies to finish that out and then start on the rest of these builds. Enjoy the time lapse. Alright everyone, welcome back! Welcome back! We have now finished all of our brick types. So just quickly in review after seeing all of the time lapses, here is the quartz house. Now I need to do interiors on all of these. They might have beds, but none of them have workstation. Well, barely any of them have workstations, etc. But we have the quartz brick house here. I'm going to go back through here. This is the purpur house. I built it to look like a purpur, like End City, kind of. Added a few different things in here, and my kitty cat's been following me around. And just kind of had fun using purple glass and that sort of thing in here. Then we have the prismarine house, and I did add some of the prismarine blocks and some of the lights, sea lanterns in here too. I need to do a whole bunch of stuff in there though. Next up, we have the mud brick house, and the mud brick house, I added a little bit of the packed mud in here as well as some of the jungle wood, and I love how that color goes together. Now, you may have noticed this in the time lapse that these are actually part of the stone group. These were actually stone, and I completely forgot about them. So, sandstone, although some of these kind of look like bricks, and the red sandstone. So the sandstone building, I added a little bit of glazed terracotta, and it kind of looks a little bit like a villager house in the desert, sort of. Used kind of the same, but it's a little bit more modern maybe. And the same thing over here with the red sandstone, a little bit rarer of a block, but I added a little bit of a seating area and some more terracotta just to break up this orange. Like, the only other time I've used this is the pumpkin build over in the pumpkin patch over there. Now, next we have the twin nether brick houses that I did do a little bit of a connector with. It's kind of awkward. I might fix that still. But we have the red nether brick and the regular nether brick, and unfortunately the red nether brick doesn't have fences, so I'm kind of sad about that. But interiors have a bed each, and they have a little staircase up to the top and a little bit of a platform. And I already tested it. The villagers can't, they can't hurt themselves on here. Even if they fall from the top height, it's fine. I made them pretty small, and see, I can't even get across. And they can't jump up over this if they needed to, if they tried to yeet themselves over. And then the red, again, same kind of thing, a red bed, and then I used a lot of the walls on here, so you give a little bit of, texture, well, maybe not texture, but a little bit of depth to it at least, even though we're dealing with a very plain, very samey kind of color bricks. And lastly, we have the actual brick house, and I did add some mangrove in there, added a little bit of touches of mangrove in with the smokestack and the chimney here, and then gave just a few little windows. Okay, sir. Used trapdoors there, and then made sure I sealed this off so that they can't, well, hopefully they can't. Hopefully they won't hurt themselves on that, even though I was able to get in there. I am a little skinnier, so just a little bed. I like how there's little ledges up here, so I might put something up in there later. Excuse me, now that I had to hurt myself. But yeah, there we have it, folks. There is the entire Mega Village has been mostly completed. So there's actually a couple things that I wanted to discuss with you all for next time. So for next time, as we take a little fly over this humongous village, so we have Villager, the original village house, my original starter base. Over here goes all the way through all the wood types, and we fly all the way through all of these beautiful little tiny, well, I can't say they're all beautiful. Some of these are very strange. But that might be it for actually building with every single material. But if you notice that I missed something, let me know. Obviously I did miss purposefully skipping terracotta and cement since they didn't really fit, like they're crafted blocks as opposed to like stone types or whatever. If you want to see that though, drop me a line, let me know. I could always convert the existing villages that are back there and back there. That's one option. Another option I was thinking about is making each of these kind of fleshed out as a very basic starter base. And if you're interested in that and you'd like to see it, leave me a comment with which base you would like me to focus on next time. So if you want to do that, we can kind of all come to agreement. If I get more votes on the terracotta, we'll go that route. If we get more votes on the building out the interiors of these, then we'll go that route. But drop your favorite house in there. If we get some repeats, that's all right. I will pick out a different house myself. But I would love to kind of flesh out these interiors and make sure that there's like stuff in them, and it would be a good challenge to make them starter bases. I appreciate you all. Give yourselves a hug for me, really, like absolutely give yourselves a hug for me. I really appreciate all of you. Thank you so much for coming along on this journey with me. We are not ending this series yet. I'm kind of like, they just dropped today. The day I'm recording this is actually the day they dropped 1.20.5. I'm on 1.20.4, and there's a few things that I need to have mods I need updated before I go on to the next thing. So it's going to be a little bit, but I'm kind of leaning towards keeping this world. So let me know if you think I should keep this world, and we'll just keep going and doing other things. Leave me a comment. Let me know who you are. Lots of good things to come. I have lots and lots of everything. Tons of stuff going on. So look at that beautiful sunset. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye, guys. Thank you so much. Bye. Glorious. Oop.